Jabuani Khumalo has lost another case. I don't know anybody who's taken more L's than this man than P. Diddy. P. Diddy is probably the only person who is competing with Jabuani Khumalo in 2024 for L's. I mean, Drake is number 3, but the Lvovo Dirango of this situation right now is Jabuani Khumalo. He's lost another case. And this time, the case that he has lost is in relation to trying to keep control or access to the Standard Bank account. So there's a case here which MK took to the High Court. An order has been released. I'm going to go through some of the findings of the court. So the background, as per the court judgment, subsequent to the registration of the applicant as a political party, the applicant is MK. And whilst the first respondent is Jabuani Khumalo. So you need to remember that. The second respondent is Lvovo, and the third respondent is Musakasa. The fourth respondent is Standard Bank. I think Standard Bank was not playing nice here. So let's go to the background. Subsequent to the registration of the applicant as a political party, and whilst the first respondent was president of the applicant opened a bank account with the fourth respondent. The first, second, and third respondents were signatories of the account. So we know now that Jabuani Khumalo, Lvovo, Musakasa, first, second, and third respondents opened a bank account with Standard Bank, fourth respondent, for MK Party, the applicant. We know that. At the hearing of this application, it was common cause that this bank account held with the fourth respondent, Standard Bank, was the bank account of the applicant, Mkhonto Wesizwe. It was further common cause that such account held funds paid to the applicant either through donations or in terms of the Political Party Funding Act 6 of 2018. It was also common cause that the first respondent, Jabuani Khumalo, had no personal entitlement to the funds in this account. To break it down, common cause, this means it's not in dispute. It's known by all parties that there was a bank account with Standard Bank with money from donations and also from the IEC through the Political Party Funding Act. Common cause that the respondent, Jabuani Khumalo, had no personal entitlement to this money. But from this reading, it seems as if this man was trying to get his... Is this perhaps where the money for the luxury vehicles and the lawyers and all of that stuff came from? I don't know. Anyway, here's what the judgment says, still on background, right? During April 2024, the first and second respondents were expelled as members of the applicant, albeit that the reasons behind such expulsion were not in detail ventilated in these proceedings. The expulsion was per se common cause. So Jabuani Khumalo, we know, was expelled. So was Lvovo expelled. The first respondent in his answering papers stated that that such expulsion was unlawful and being challenged. This challenge refers to a challenge instituted in the Electoral Court. We now know that he lost that challenge, right? He was always going to lose that challenge. On 26 April 2024, after the first respondent's expulsion from the MK Party, the National Interim Committee of the applicant took a decision to remove and revoke, among others, the first respondent's mandate as the bank signatory on the MK Party Standard Bank account. So this is what the action that was taken. 26. So April, they removed him. 26, they tried to remove him from the bank account. The judge then says, I interpose to state that there were no other signatories on the account, being the second and third respondents in this application. They have, however, agreed to have their names removed as such, and the applicant is therefore not proceeding with any relief against them. So these people just said, skip in, we're not interested. Then the first respondent, Jabuani Khumalo, however, persists in his view. This man, adamant, even up until now. The first respondent, however, persists in his view that he is entitled to remain an authorized signatory on the account of the applicant, and as such opposes the relief being sought. Due to such persistence, the fourth respondent, now this is something funny. This is something funny that I don't like about the way banks operate. I don't like this. right? Due to such persistence, the fourth respondent, which is Standard Bank, for reasons unknown, are requiring the first respondent to personally attend the bank with other signatories for his name to be removed. The first respondent has refused to do so. There was no reason for this. There was no reason for this to be done. So the judgment goes on. The judgment goes on, and really it covers how, Jabuani Khumalo was basically trying to be difficult. And then when we go to the conclusion of the judgment, this is what it says. I am satisfied that the MK party has proven its entitlement to be granted prayer 1 and 3 of the notice of motion. Right. So basically what they had asked for is that the papers be granted, even though they had not fulfilled some legal requirements to do so in terms of the uniform rules of the courts relating to forms, directives, and service. And they had also requested that Standard Bank remove, upon receipt of the court order, the names of the first, second, and third respondents as bank signatories on the applicant's bank account. So now, Jabuani Khumalo has to be removed. The judge says the applicant did not. Okay, no, that's not relevant. Let me skip that. Then what the judge says about costs, very important, because Jabuani Khumalo not only lost this case, but he lost this case with costs. Here's what the judge says in respect to costs. And this is Judge Myberg. What he says is the following. The applicant, during argument, applied for an amendment in terms of the provisions of Rule 2810 of the Uniform Rules of the Court to amend Prayer 4 of the Notice of Motion to provide for punitive attorney and client costs. Such amendment aligned with the relief being sought in the founding affidavit and heads of argument. After hearing arguments on the amendment, which argument did not advance any possible prejudice for the first respondent, I allowed such. Then he goes on. It is trite that in awarding costs, the court has a discretion to be exercised judicially upon a consideration of all facts in each case. The exercise of a discretion is a matter of fairness to all parties. Then he goes on. It's gonna hit this guy hard. It's gonna hit this guy hard. The court in Jama versus Government of the Republic of Namibia, 1993, awarded attorney and client costs where a respondent had acted unreasonably. Further authority for such approach is to be found in Engineering Management Services Private Limited versus South Cape Corporation Private Limited, right? And in Switsol Manufacturing Limited versus Omega Africa Plastics. So what the judge is now saying is that I'm about to whip. He's about to whip. Basically, the judge is about to guazam konto Jabuani Khumalo. So what he says is, I find that the conduct of the first respondent, Jabuani Khumalo, was unreasonable. The first respondent's tender to deliver bank statements to the MK party to try and defeat any argument on urgency was egregious. The first respondent, Jabuani Khumalo's conduct leading up to and during this application constituted a flagrant attempt to try and abuse the current situation to gain some other political advantage. That's very harsh. Very harsh on Jabuani Khumalo. Then the judge says, in exercising my judicial discretion, I therefore find that a punitive costs order, inclusive of the costs occasioned by the appointment of 2 counsel, such counsel fees to be taxed on a scale C and B respectively, is warranted. Basically saying, I'm hitting you with costs, boy, and they're not going to be light. You're wasting the court's time. Quasam conto that man. That's basically what he's saying. Listen, I don't know why Jabuani Khumalo at this point keeps putting himself through this rigmarole, going to the courts, losing. He's basically lost every court case because he doesn't have a leg to stand on. Don't have a leg to stand on, my guy. You so many L's, but no leg to stand on. No leg to stand on. I really wonder, this man, what went wrong? whether you support the party, don't support the party, indifferent, whatever the case may be, you have to understand and appreciate the tragedy of the story. Jabuani Khumalo went to Jacob Zuma with an idea. Obviously, Jacob Zuma saw opportunity and blessed them and gave them the go-ahead, and then obviously used his name to get this political party to where it was. At some point, I guess Feb, March, or April, this guy starts getting tantalized from the outside, just tickled. The slay queens of the outside, they're tickling this man. And the man is like, no, I have to go and get a Land Cruiser. I have to go and get a Mercedes. I have to respond to these tickles. This is my party. I'm in charge here. Who is this Ubaba? It's me, Jabuani Khumalo. You know me, JK. Not just kidding, Jabuani Khumalo. It turns out it was just kidding. Hey. Yeah, no. So, if you've been kicked out of a political party and courts have ruled that your expulsion was legitimate, why are you why are you trying to hold on to? You're going to lose that Land Cruiser, Baba. You're going to lose that. You know, lawyers, when they come for their money, they don't play. They're going to find every penny that you've got, and then they're going to penny that penny back into the MK party. Don't play. Hi, Mr. Khumalo, I think just move on. You went somewhere, some farm, somewhere. You took money. I don't know whether it was US dollars or whatever. Maybe, allegedly. This is what they're saying. Allegedly. And whatever you promised has not happened. You failed to deliver. And now you keep taking yourself through embarrassment after embarrassment after embarrassment. People are in New York. They are meeting Elon Musk when you are taking yourself embarrassment after embarrassment after embarrassment. People are winning VMAs when you are in court, losing and losing and losing. Ronald Amula is in New York. He's ringing JSC right now. I don't know. I don't know who or what made you believe what you believe, and what made you jump from the biggest political opportunity of your life. Because we didn't know you before this December 2023. We didn't know you. We'd never heard about no Jabuani Khumalo. But you've made the decisions that you've made. You've lost another case with costs. Now the lawyers are going to be looking for you. Hi, guys. I don't know. Anyway, another L for Jabuani Khumalo in 2024. I think he's leading. He's obviously Diddy has lost more. I think Drake is number 3. I can't think of people who've taken more L's than this man in 2023. Anthony Joshua, that's 1 L, maybe. I don't know, but Jabuani Khumalo, he lost 2.5 million voters. Leadership of our party. He could be in parliament right now speaking on issues of national significance, and now he is just, I don't know, waiting for another Biz News interview. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think. Let's talk in the comments. Till the next one.